Hey guys, it's a kind of a different video than I usually make, but I kind of wanted to make a little video for you all today. Go over something that I've been wanting to go over for a decent while. Today, my topic is about maturing and understanding my place in the world that we live in. You see, when I was a very young boy, I really thought that the best way to make yourself noticed by everyone is to love everyone and treat them with respect, and eventually people will become your friends and people will just become close to you. But apparently that wasn't what it took for me to get where I wanted to be in life. It took a lot of hard moments in my life understanding just because you do the right thing does not mean others are going to do it for you. So if I had to already tell people something that I already have been telling others for a long time, is that you have to have respect for yourself, but you also must have respect for yourself enough to know that you're not going to please every single person in this world. If I could go back to when I was a young boy, I would probably tell him that you need to make sure that you stand up for yourself more often. And honestly, it was a hard thing to learn, and it's something I still struggle with today. And I think that's why I have a lot of people around me still, pushing me around and trying to say things to me that I just generally don't want to have to deal with anymore. I had to push a lot of people away, but also I've brought a lot of people back into my life that we once had disputes about small things, but it's not that way anymore. And that's the part of maturing. That's the part of understanding that you got to be a better person, that you have to put yourself to the grind, not the gritty. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's okay to be yourself. I don't care what gender you are. I don't care who you are. But listen, you have to be the person that you are. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you're a man or a woman, you have to understand that people in this world are going to take control of you. How's the best way to counteract that? Is by being yourself, having respect enough that when someone's cursing you right in the face, to be able to look at them and say, you know what? You're being really stupid right now. And I have enough respect for myself to remove myself from this conversation. Have a good night or day whenever it's happening. That's part of being mature. Being able to hold your mouth closed, to swallow your pride, and look at people through a different lens and understand that you are the mature person. You cannot let others that are low on the spectrum bring you down. And that's not being smart aleck, and it's not being someone that thinks they're better than everyone. That's quite the opposite. Because if you think that you know everything versus everyone, you have a cocky attitude. But if you know your limits, and you know that you can learn, that doesn't make you cocky. That makes you wise. And that's something that I want to title this video for the young generation to watch. To understand that a 20-year-old person right now has had to go through a lot, has had to understand a lot, has had to work a lot of stuff, had to work in the workforce and, understand all sorts of type of people. I've had to push myself to places I never thought I could. And you know what? It was good. And I would do it all over again, 10 times over. So this is why when people are watching this video, I want you to know if you are down in the bottomless pits of hell, it feels like, you can rise up and you can bring yourself back up. You can bring yourself back up. It's not a big deal. It may take years. It may take months, weeks. It doesn't matter. But you know that you're doing the right thing by working on yourself. So the question is, once you've done that, where do you go from there? What happens? Well, you start teaching others and you start working on yourself even more. You see, just because you hit what you think to be the pinnacle of your life and say, oh, I got a good job. I got an apartment, house, got a beautiful girlfriend, boyfriend. Well, what else could I need? Got money put back in savings. That's when you push yourself. That's when you learn that you can do more. I want to share a story with you all. A few semesters ago, I had a teacher tell me in public speaking that the only way in life to get anywhere is by talking, by making yourself known, by having connections. And he was true. It is true. It's good to have connections. But the thing is about it, at the end of the day, if connections and people is all you know, and you rely on others to do what you do, you aren't maturing. Let me explain this. If everyone around you is gives you their time, gives you money when you need it, gives you the support when you need it, but when they need it, and you say, why should I bother? I'm busy today. Is that really giving? Is that just receiving? Now, I don't want to be sitting here going against the young generation, but we're living in a world right now where the whole world is dictated by phones. Yes, I know, a 20-year-old person talking about phone usage. Let me tell you something. Social media is toxic. Social media is terrible. It's something that plagues the young generation and the older generation. So, how do you break yourself off from the world and start working on yourself? You see, a big challenge for myself is losing weight. And I lost a lot of weight and started working on myself, which I'm still currently am. But I slimmed down a lot. So, it was an achievement that I was super proud to eventually get to. And I started going to college and working on my education. And I got very frustrated because I felt like I had such a life full of unfullness of doing stuff with people. I felt like every single day is just a grind. But I know that deep down that what I'm doing today, tomorrow, this week of school is eventually going to manifest into a future, a prosperousness, and being able to financially support myself. That's why I'm doing it. It's not for the fun. It's not for the games. It's not for being number one. It's for myself, working on myself, maturing on myself. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking, man, I really need some support, I need some motivation, I need to know that I'm able to become better at stuff, then work on yourself internally. There's so many videos you can manifest on YouTube in hours. But this video that I am telling you, not to sound cocky, but this video might help someone really get through a dark time of their life. And I want to put a video out on my channel that whenever someone watches it and they say, wow, I can understand what he's saying. I can understand that if I'm not manifesting and understanding myself and working on myself, maybe that's the reason why I'm unhappy. Maybe I need to make a goal in my life. Maybe I need to make plans, have a schedule, get off of social media, and focus on myself. Yes, that is what I'm telling you to do. I mean, let's be honest. If any adults are watching this, you already know how corrupt my generation is. I mean, I didn't go to public school. I was homeschooled. I didn't get the craziness of public school, but I had to still deal with it when I went to college. I still had to deal with it when I went to work with people around me. And honestly, I always felt more mature than I've always been around in my age. So if I had to say one last thing to end the video off, I want to really just be honest and say, you really can work on yourself as much as you want. But I think the best thing for you to start today is by clicking off this video and doing something productive. It doesn't got to be anything big, small, even, something productive. Take a walk, go work out, eat something healthy, text someone that you haven't texted in a while, or call a friend up. Do something productive today. And if the younger generation has anything they want to ask, myself or anyone that may be watching this, down in the comments, just keep it respectful. No hate. Anything open as much as you're willing to share. And I hope that this video, if anything today, may have been a good way for you to get some motivation. If it was, I would appreciate maybe a comment being like, this video's really helped me. That's a great reward. A really great reward for myself to know that maybe I reached someone today. And if I didn't, that's okay. But at least I know I tried. And that's all part of doing new things, is trying. Guys, let me leave this on a positive note. We can still come back from this generation of destroying by social media, craziness of staying inside all day. But the one thing our generation can improve on is appreciating the world that we're in and the community that we're in. Politics aside, religion behind. I mean, even, let's be honest here, get this controversial. Sexuality aside, or anything that might be pulling people apart, you gotta understand that we live together. We can have our differences, we can have arguments, but we're a community all around the world. No matter your color, anything like that. It does not matter. We are all the same. We all come from the same place. Guys, this is Landon from the Bando. If you'd like to see more videos like this out on the channel, please let me know. Goodbye, guys.